The reason why we're talking about this bill today is because there's a set of circumstances that is beginning to emerge, the details of which we haven't got them all yet, but we're starting to see this happen, where members of the Trudeau Liberal government are talking about the idea of, instead of passing this bill completely through the process and making it law before the next election, that they are going to intentionally stall the bill in the middle of the process and then instead use it as a political weapon during the election. These are the things that we believe in. First, that parents have the right to raise their children the way they want. Second, that those we elect to serve us in civil government must respect and defend our right of belief and freedom of religion. Number three, that the laws and policies of civil government must provide for the safety and security of the citizens, especially the vulnerable among us. And number four, that it is inappropriate to heap debt upon the backs of our children and future generations. They came from you. They're your pillars. Hello, Doug Sharp, host of the National Leadership Briefing, and this is the Midweek Touchpoint. Now, we're going to be using this Midweek Touchpoint to foreshadow something that we will be discussing in more detail during the next week's National Leadership Briefing that will be taking place on Friday, June 4th. So I encourage you, if you have not already registered for that National Leadership Briefing, please do. You can go to nlbcanada.ca. That's nlbcanada.ca to register to make sure you get a link for this, because this particular issue specifically is one you're definitely going to be wanting to know more about in the future. And as I say, we're going to unpack it in more detail then. But for now, I just wanted to let you know that this was something that was coming our way. We're taking a deeper dive look at the circumstances right now surrounding the passing of Bill C-6, which is known as the Conversion Therapy Bill. Now, if you're unaware of the details of that, I won't be able to get into all the details right now, but I can tell you there are resources that are available at freetocare.ca. That's freetocare.ca, and also fixthedefinition.ca. Those two websites are available for you with all the information about the bill. But in a nutshell, I can tell you that this bill in its current form is a challenge for the people that we serve in the faith communities of Canada for many reasons, which include, first, that it does not adequately provide for and protect the right of parents to speak openly to their children about the issues of gender and sexuality. We also have great concerns in our community about our right of belief and freedom of religion that's being infringed upon. And also, referencing the third pillar, as you know, we also have an expectation that the laws and policies that are passed by civil government provide for the safety and security of the citizens, especially the vulnerable that live among us in our communities. And those individuals include the LGBTQ members and members of the community that have gender dysphoria. And we're concerned that this specific bill in its current form is going to limit the ability for individuals who are having challenges in the area of gender and sexuality. It's going to limit their choices and their healthcare options when it comes to making the decisions about how they're going to be dealing with the challenges that they have. So we're many concerns about this bill all the way around, but where it sits right now is in the House of Commons, and it is about to be voted on at third reading. Now, just to really quickly review, Bill C-6 goes into the House of Commons. There is a series of votes that takes it through the House of Commons, which ends at the third reading vote. Then it goes into the Senate. Then it receives something called royal assent and becomes law. The reason why we're talking about this bill today is because there's a set of circumstances that is beginning to emerge, the details of which we haven't got them all yet, but we're starting to see this happen, where members of the Trudeau Liberal government are talking about the idea of, instead of passing this bill completely through the process and making it law before the next election, that they are going to intentionally stall the bill in the middle of the process and then instead use it as a political weapon during the election. Now, why is that such a challenge for us in the faith community, and why do we need to be aware of the fact that it's actually heading in that direction? Well, because when you take a complex issue like the specific wording of a bill bill and the intent of the bill and the details surrounding a specific bill, and you jam that big conversation into a 36-day election cycle, and you weaponize it by creating a hyper-political environment around it, it becomes a very dangerous and damaging tool. And that is what I'm concerned that the Trudeau Liberal government is doing right now. And I believe that this is something we need to fully understand as to what the ramifications would be on us as individuals in the community, faith community, what the ramifications would be on our families, and what actually the negative consequences would be to the members of the LGBTQ community that we care so much about within our community. So these are the things that we're going to be discussing in more detail on the next National Leadership Briefing on Friday, June 4th. So I encourage you to be there and bring anyone else who cares deeply about the need for our families to be that parents would have the right to raise their children the way they want, protected and preserved, for those individuals who want the right of belief and freedom of religion protected, and for those of you who care deeply about members of the LGBTQ community who we want to have the full range of healthcare choices before them if they have challenges in the area of gender and sexuality. So I thank you so much for considering that and giving me an opportunity to tell you a little bit about what's coming up. We're obviously going to have a lot more things to talk about on the briefing, but this will definitely be one of them because it is a priority for us. Well, thank you so much for your time today. And in the meantime, and until next time, God bless you, God bless your family, and may God continue to bless this great nation of Canada. Bye for now.